Hello, everyone. Again, as we're looking at the book of Revelation, we're looking at the rebuilding of the city of Babylon. There's the mystery of Babylon. That's the Babylonian system that's gone around the world and of evil. But there's actually strong indication that there's going to be a rebuilding of the city of Jerusalem. Now, this was prophesied by the prophet Zechariah, and I'd love if you could turn in your Bible with me to Zechariah chapter 5, and let's start reading in verse 5. I'm just going to break this down. We're going to go very quickly, but it's going to be something for you to kind of like marinate in today. So Zechariah chapter 5, starting to read in verse 5, Zechariah is receiving a vision from an angel, and the angel who had been speaking with Zechariah went out and said to him, "Now raise your eyes and see what this is that is going forth." And I said, "What is it?" Then the angel said, "This is the ephah going forth." Now, what is an ephah? Ephah was the largest measure basket, if you would, of commerce. So when Zechariah is seeing an ephah, he's seeing the marketplace measurement, and it is a symbol of commerce and of the economy. So Zechariah is seeing an ephah go forth. Again, he said, "This is their appearance in all the land." Now, that word land there is better translated earth. In the King James Bible, it says earth. Now, he says, this is the appearance of a great ephah, or symbol of commerce, in the whole earth. It's giving us a picture that there's coming a day of a global economy, a global commerce. And that's the coming together that we're seeing that's happening in the world right now, that, you know, the currency of nations is becoming nothing. We're becoming cashless societies, and that this is all moving towards this global ephah, or the measure of economy. This is their appearance in all the earth. So what's going to happen when there is an appearance of a global economy? Zechariah chapter 5, verse 7, "And behold, a lead cover was lifted up." He continued, "And this is a woman sitting in the ephah." Then he said, "This is wickedness." And he thrust her into the middle of the ephah and threw the lead weight on its opening. When the ephah appears on the earth, there's also the appearance of a very heavy lead covering to go over the ephah, or the bushel, if you would. So then he sees this evil woman that rises up in the middle of all of this, and that she is cast back into the ephah, and her name is wickedness. And a lead cover is put on it, meaning there's going to be a wickedness that's hidden inside the global commerce. So there's going to be a lot of cheating, a lot of backroom deals. There's going to be a lot of corruption in the development of a global economy. And there's going to be only certain players that can play. There'll be hidden key players. Well, we're seeing that kind of stuff go on right now, that there are, the wealth has been transferred to just a few, and we don't even understand fully what's going on. So the wicked woman is cast into the ephah. A lead covering is put on it so that the people don't see what's going on. Then I raised my eyes and looked, and there were two women were coming out with the wind in their wings, and they had wings like the wings of the stork, and they lifted up the ephah between the earth and the heavens. So as you look at that, picture it again, a bushel, a wicked woman is hidden inside with a lead cover. Now two storks come. And understand this, the storks were considered unclean birds in the Old Testament. But the interesting thing about storks is the word is chassid, which actually means like religious or pious. So when there's a development of a one world government, it's going to have a religious nature to it. It's going to have its own moral code. It's going to be like a religion. And we're seeing that right now, that the economy, the world economic leaders are also saying, but you have to speak this way and talk this way and believe this way, and you have to follow this moral code and all these things. So there's going to be a religious nature to this one world governmental economy. So the storks are lifting it up. So I said to the angel who was speaking with me, where are they taking the ephah? Then he said this to me, to build a temple for her in the land of Shinar. And when it is prepared, she will sit there on her own pedestal. Isn't that interesting? The storks will take the global economy and they will build a temple to it in Shinar. What's Shinar? That's where the Tower of Babylon was. That's where the Tower of Babel and Babylon sits. Babylon having its tie to the name Babel. So this is what I believe is going to happen. The Antichrist is going to build a temple that will please the nations of the world and the Middle East in the restoration of Babylon, this great city. Yet at the same time, then he's going to make an agreement. I'll do this for the nations, but Israel, I'm going to make it a covenant with you, and I'm going to build a temple for you in Jerusalem. So he'll be building the temple in Jerusalem, having a good covenant agreement with the Jewish people. Then he's going to build this temple in Babylon, and everybody's going to be, oh, that's cool. But then when Satan is cast out of heaven and he fills the Antichrist, he breaks the covenant of the temple in Jerusalem, and he establishes an idol to himself. And then we find out that it's two centers of corruption in Jerusalem and in Babylon, but ultimately God is going to destroy the city of Babylon. So I just find that really interesting.